We live.
Yeah, starting right off the bat.
I use that as for the last
Yeah, well, good luck to you.
for editing.
Don't worry, next time we'll be back on track. But this time
strength.
we had some last minute changes that we had to roll with.
Yes.
See.
Other words, Andre's computer.
It wasn't my computer. It
Your
was the
laptop.
adapter for my computer. That's like, you know what, today is just not my day today. So now we're using matches.
I think
Yes.
it's because it's not your scheduled day usually today.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, why am I working?
Your laptop was sleeping on break. Your laptop knows it's just got to go, every Sunday. It's got to be at peak performance.
Yeah.
It's like when you sub in a superstar for a cup game,
Yeah. Like why is Aguero playing the FA Cup around the 32?
Facts. That's exactly what this is.
Okay, that's fair.
Not that this episode is worthless. Just that the day is
Footy, it
kind
might
of
be
different.
worthless, right?
It feels different. It just feels different.
It's dark outside. My whole circadian rhythm is fucked up. My schedule and my brain is all fucked up.
Yeah.
Anyways, introduce.
You can introduce.
No, this is your job, bro.
My job.
Do your job, man.
Okay, welcome back to Don't Think Too Hard. This is
That's
the
so
podcast.
unenthusiastic.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to Don't Think Too. It's a different day, which means we gotta do things differently.
Yeah, we gotta be chill today.
Chill vibes. You should have
Chill
some jazz
vibes,
music
chill
playing in the
vibes.
background.
You know what?
Don't do it. We're gonna get flat.
If I find some uncopyrighted jazz music, I'm gonna put it in the background throughout the whole podcast. Super soft and super quiet. I'll do it.
Oh,
We'll
my
see.
We
God.
play a Careless Whisper,
I don't know if that's not
the instrumental.
It's still copyrighted.
But we just won't tell. We won't say it. We're just like, oh, this is good music. It's like,
Very distinct.
you get it
music.
chopped and screwed, so it'll be like a mixtape.
Oh,
You
you know
record
when
it
you
on
said
a
that, I
mixtape.
thought you were talking about the T-Pain song.
Play T-Pain over Careless Whisper and mix it. And
Oh,
then-
so get double flagged.
no. If you mix it, it's an original song.
We owe money after that.
But you don't understand. You know what would happen? Is like one day we'd get big,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would find this episode, and then both of them would sue
No,
the shit
what
out
we
of
would do
us.
is that when we get big, we just delete it and then re-upload it.
Without the music.
Exactly.
So I'll have it on file for years and years.
Exactly.
You're gonna remember it 4 years from now
Yeah.
that you did that.
I'll put in my notes.
I'll remember it.
I'll set an alarm clock 4 years from now
I'll
if I still
remember it.
have the same phone.
I got good memory. I can remember it.
Yeah, Machi has good memory.
Yeah.
He's gonna
I'll
remember this
it.
exact moment.
But how do you know when we're big enough for you to have to delete it?
He'll know.
100 people.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000, 2,000,
2,000.
subscribers.
2,000. For every 2,000 people on the internet, there's like 10 crazy people.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the statistics.
My statistics. I
Oh.
wish we had
Yeah.
our producer to tell us. So
Yeah, we're even producer list, man. It's dark producer list. You know what? Whatever.
It's a
Now we're
sad
gonna
day.
make it an amazing
We're gonna
pod.
make
you know, this is how we started.
This is how we started.
This is how episode 1 happened.
You're right.
Anyways, welcome back. This is Don't Think Too Hard, episode 11, brought to you by Johnny, Andre, and myself, Machi. This is a cold, rainy Wednesday night.
In Stoke.
Is it raining?
No, it was though earlier today.
It was.
Yeah,
Where
man.
was I?
Stick your head out the window.
You were in another place, weren't you?
They're gonna come find me in Toronto. They're gonna come find me in downtown. Oh,
They're gonna
my-
be screaming at every street block for your name, bro. Don't worry. I'm looking over you.
Andre.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, how's your week going? The week's probably the same as it was.
My
On
car battery
Sundays.
died yesterday.
Sorry?
My car battery died yesterday.
Oh shit. Yo, I just heard the end of that sentence. I was like, yo, what the hell? Oh my god.
Man hit us with a deep.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, so my aunt, I'm joking.
Oh
I mean,
my god.
I'm just gonna.
Right
There's
there.
wood.
There you go.
But yeah, I went to start my car. I wanted to pick up maple syrup, and then went to start my car, and it made some disgusting noise. And then it spat out my CD, and then this like battery spilling thing came out. I'm like,
From your radio?
no, on the dash, on
The lights on the dash.
what do you call it?
The
Dashboard?
Underneath the speedometer. Like, you know, when you have your engine light comes on.
Yeah, it's just the dashboard.
I thought your dashboard was just the
I
stereo.
think the whole thing.
No,
is
the
with-
center. That's the center console.
That makes sense.
The center console is like where all your radio, AC, all the way up to where your handrest is,
Okay.
and like
Honestly?
your transmission stick.
So then
and
the
stuff.
dashboard is where the lights is.
Yes,
I've been referring to
Yeah,
that
that's
as the
right.
dashboard for
Yeah.
my whole life, but
No, that's a center console.
I've been thinking too hard.
The
But
more
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, so the dashboard, and then I was like, I was so cheesed, and then I had to push my. Luckily, my mom was home because she worked from home. So I pushed my car all the way, and then I drove to Canadian Tire and spent $200.
On a
On a new battery?
Yeah,
But wait, pushed it where? From where?
onto the sidewalk from my driveway.
So it's downhill.
Yeah,
Oh, so you just needed it to start rolling.
roll, and then I took her car out because I parked in front of hers.
Oh,
I had
that's
to
what
move
you-
mine out the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
you
what
push
you.
his car to
No, I thought it was like one of those things.
Honestly,
where, like,
I was
'cause
thinking
some
about it.
cars like once like the wheels start, like
Yeah.
the shit.
Oh, no.
you can like press on it and it'll start up.
It
So I
wasn't
thought that's what you
even.
did.
It wasn't even like revving. It was just like, and then I was like, yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
not
you
a
took
good
your
sound.
Mom's car. Okay,
Yeah,
I feel you.
and then
What
I
if
put
you
it
guys
in.
weren't strong enough to move your car? Then like no one would be able to leave your house.
That would suck.
You better airlift me.
Order an Uber.
Yeah.
Uber. It'd be like Uber, but for like, if you need a Uber a car battery to your house.
Like
They should
Uber
have those.
Uber tires.
Yeah.
Uber
mechanic.
tires.
Uber mechanic.
deliveries. Yo,
Yeah,
if
we
they
should
do
start
like
that.
straight up
Uber
Uber
mechanic.
deliveries.
You know how much money you make?
Yeah,
being
you
a
make
mechanic that just
stupid-
comes
like a
around,
mechanic on the
Yeah.
road.
drives to your house.
Like
yeah,
a-
probably.
Yeah.
But like
Your
Kinda
life.
need, like-
Demand is probably gonna be crazy.
no, but like
Yeah.
you need like the tools and
Certifications?
the shit. No, I mean like the tools and all that stuff.
a
like-
toolbox can fit in.
Oh, yeah,
it.
like, oh, I don't have this.
If,
Let me go
no,
back
you
home.
just listen. You get a minivan, and then you put your tools in the back.
Yeah. But then if someone needs a
Yes,
I don't know.
tire,
Secure it. Put some foam around it so it doesn't swoosh around in your back.
yeah,
in
I
the
guess
in the
so.
back seat or anything. And then when you get there, you just pull up backwards into the guy's driveway, open up the trunk, and then you have literally a
right.
mobile tool case.
Start the business then.
Dude, I'm too busy doing this.
Actually, John, you start the business.
He's too busy
I have
doing
no
this.
idea how
Trudeau
Carl
says
works.
he's investing in black entrepreneurs.
I don't trust Kevin. Is it Kevin? Is his name Kevin?
Justin.
Is that his dad's name? Where did I get
Dad's
Kevin
name
from?
Pierre.
Yo,
That's what
you know what it is?
Pierre,
Because there's
man.
another guy named Kevin Trudeau that was like this health guy back in the day. And my parents used to read all his books, and then I found out he got arrested
Really?
for saying something about how it, like his holistic remedies can cure cancer. And apparently you can't say that.
Well,
So
because
he
if
got
you
fined.
say it as a fact, then it's like it's fraud technically.
Yeah, so they arrested him.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
So don't say we. Can
I still
do
don't trust
anything.
what's his name? What's his first name again?
Listening to our podcast.
Justin. Yo, I don't know my
You're
prime
thinking too
minister's
hard,
first
man.
name.
Don't worry about it. All I'm saying is start a business, succeed, make all the money, invest it all back into this podcast. We get a sick ass fucking studio and everything,
Yo.
and be ready.
We should
Okay,
make an
so-
academy.
For footy.
Yeah,
Yo, I've
yeah.
been saying one day we should all like get a bunch of 10-year-olds. That sounds very pedophilic, but we should all get a bunch of 10-year-olds, make a team, and then just like train them up to when they're 18 years old, and then just win Ontario Cup.
I want to buy Credit View
I
or
just
like a
want-
piece of it. Like, you know how sick it would be to just because Credit View is like the perfect place to have an academy because it's so you when you go to academy grounds, it's so
It's a bunch of
separated.
fields.
Yeah,
but you don't
and there's no
understand what
houses.
you're doing. Then you're part of the problem. You know how much you complain that the fact that we can't practice on any field.
No, yo, I'm getting to that, man. I'm getting to that. Hold on, I thought about all this.
Okay.
Yo,
Okay.
so we'll get 4 fields. So the turf would be 2 training fields, and then the 2 behind would be sick grass fields. No one plays on that. Then we just have 2. We make 2 more turf fields, and that's open to the public.
How would you lock the 2 grass fields though?
They'll be bricked up like Victoria Park. It'd be like a legitimate stadium.
I
Yeah.
see that. Like
So
it'd be like a stadium But like in this one stadium, there'd be 2 fields.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be bricked up, and then our clubhouse will be somewhere.
That
and
middle piece, the middle building.
Yeah, you just demolish that, build up a nice, sick building,
Clubhouse.
and players could actually.
And then
like,
eventually invest in like 5 turf fields, side by side, right? Get rid of the football fields on the end.
one
and
that.
field
No
lacrosse,
lacrosse
or whatever.
None of that nonsense.
Get rid of that stupid water park for kids.
Sorry, you don't know how frustrating it is when you set up your whole day in the morning. I'm gonna go to credit.
Oh, and then you will get there and they're
and
playing
there's a
lacrosse.
whole
Tournament.
Someone took an entire town and moved it. I seen cars, tents, RVs parked on grass, parked where cars shouldn't be parked.
My question is, do they not have lacrosse fields anywhere else? Why are they here?
No, because it's field lacrosse. It's like field lacrosse needs to play on turf. They built the lacrosse,
but they play on
field
grass
hockey.
too.
Yeah, but they built the field lacrosse and hockey field on by our high school. Remember by that recreation center?
Yeah,
across the tennis court.
Yeah,
That's the turf field as well.
So why don't they just make them in their,
go play
in their
there.
areas?
It's one turf field though.
Yo, buy off Cassie Campbell. I don't care about that place. That's a write-off. I don't care. I don't want to see these people.
I don't know.
It all up in my biz when
Yo,
I'm trying to
all
kick
up in
the
my
ball out.
neighborhood, and I'm walking through, and you're looking at me like I'm a stranger. I'm like, bro, I live here. Why are you looking at me like this?
Oh my god.
Speaking of which, I might have to ask you something after the podcast.
Okay.
Very important. But that's
I saw it when I was leaving, but
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to answer.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a question. When you go like train,
Yeah.
do they kick you off?
All the time. There was a time where they knew me so well. I would go on the turf fields, tie up my shoes, and just as I'm about to go start training, it's like, "You have a permit, buddy?" You know I don't have a permit, man.
You
I'm
asked
by
me that?
myself. It's 8:00 on a Thursday morning. What part of this would make you think I had a permit? I hopped the fence. I didn't even open the gate.
You don't know where. You shouldn't be like, yeah, I have a permit.
No,
And
because they threatened to call the police on me plenty of times. I'm like, you're gonna call police on me because I'm playing footy. You're really gonna call the cops?
Yeah, well, why? I wonder why they're so against people playing. Is it because of damage? They're scared of damage.
I actually had an argument with one of the guys because he was super disrespectful to me. So I'm playing, and then he's like, "Yo, get off the field." I'm like, "Yeah, no, you don't talk to me like that." So I'm talking. So after we have like a discussion, he opens the gates to go talk to me, and I'm like, can you read?" I'm like, "No." So he's like, "Yeah, there's a sign here." It's weird because they took off the sign now, but there used to be a sign that says, "If you get fined $5,000 if you're here without a permit."
Yeah.
It's like, that sign, I can fine you. And I was like, "Yeah, I remember when this park first opened, you guys had that sign in the entrance of the park. So no one before there was turf fields, if you played on any grass, the sign said if you don't have a permit, you'll get fined. But they never enforced it because the fields are trash."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "But now you have turf fields and now you're enforcing it." He's like, "Oh, this was a $1 million field." So
bullshit.
so I'm like, "Okay, how's that? Okay, if it's $1 million, how many lacrosse tournaments have you had in the last 10 years? You guys pay this off 20 times more. So it's not money. You guys don't do any upkeep. You guys don't do any maintenance around the fields. So why can't I play here?"
It's like I paid for my tax is paid for this field. No, but my question is why they don't let you on the field. If it's because of damage, fine, I get it. You know, there's some fucking dumbasses who can damage nets, damage fences, damage the turf. I get it. But that's where maintenance comes in. What do they pay you for? To drive that stupid lawnmower around all day?
Why don't they just do, like, a soccer center has the drop-ins?
Yeah.
They could just do that. Just be like, "Hey, Tuesday and Thursday nights is drop-in night."
They're missing out on so much money over there, bro.
And then it'd be so sick if they really wanted to. They could say, "Oh, we're gonna make a futsal court. We're gonna have street tournaments every weekend in the summer. It's gonna be money tournaments. It's $5 buy-ins or whatever.
You
the
bring your
case.
team of 5 or whatever.
Yeah, you know how
and
sick
play.
that would be.
Yeah.
But no, lacrosse.
This is Canada, bro. This shit doesn't happen here, man.
Holy
do you
Jesus,
mean?
so much.
And not even that. They play lacrosse tournaments there once every month.
Yeah. And then my dad told me something that irked my soul. So you know how OPDL, the registration is ridiculously expensive? It's like $6,000 or something. Or my dad was talking to somebody who played for Brampton North, and they said registration is $6,000. And he was like, so all players pay that? He's like, no, we found what do you call those people?
Sponsors
Sponsors that cover half of it, so they only pay $3,000.
Keep talking.
So I'm like, so Brampton Youth had the opportunity to find a sponsor to cover $3,000 worth of expenses for all players in the club. When I played for Brampton Youth, my registration was like $500.
Yeah.
So if you had a sponsor that could cover my costs and you still have enough to bank,
Why am I paying?
Why am I paying money if you had the opportunity?
I get it. I get it if you like, for example, the house league levels.
Yeah,
I get it. Pay for house league levels.
Sure.
Because you need to
playing
make
for
money.
fun.
You're playing for fun. You don't have an organized footy. But like, if you have rep teams that are representing your city,
yeah, like it literally.
if you're good enough to play on your rep team that representing your city, you should be able to pay for free. Play for free.
And what bothered me is like it literally could have been a European situation where if you're good enough to play, you don't pay.
Exactly. That's how it should be. If you play
And
in
they
rep,
had
you don't pay.
it's not like we don't have the money to do that. We have resources to do that. We're just not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shows when Alphonso Davies is our only superstar in the last 110 years.
And that that led me to my other point, bro. Because I'm thinking, every time I hear about Canadians going overseas, they're like, yeah, the reason why not enough Americans and Canadians go overseas is because if they try to go to England or whatever, the working permits and the visas is expensive, so a lot of clubs don't want to pay it.
Right.
Then I'm thinking, I remember watching a video of why there's so many Americans in the Bundesliga, and they're like, Germany has lower or less strict immigration laws, so you don't need a visa or working permit. So that's why like Davies and Pulisic and a bunch of Americans can go abroad.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, so if we know this, and we had like even Owen Hargreaves way back in the day went to Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Why aren't more clubs, instead of going to the States, just going to Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
And no, sorry, before you continue.
no, it's okay.
The German football development programs
Is ridiculous.
I think, in my opinion, is the best in the world.
It's
the best in the world. And it's not even close.
It's nuts. And like when I see like academies, and I don't want to like talk down on whoever played for them, that's whatever. But the infrastructure, like Sigma, when I see them, they do invitational tournaments in the US or they go abroad to like Europe and they do tours. I'm like, but I rarely hear any players really playing in Europe.
Pushing for that professional spot.
If you just focus all your attention on Germany, I wouldn't even care if I'm playing Division 2 at the start of my career. You have an actual
professional like path you can follow.
Yeah, like you like it's legitimate.
Yeah.
Where it's like I'm not playing for fun anymore. Like I can actually do this for a living.
You're making money.
You know how much kids would take it seriously?
And it's not even that.
Holy.
Even third division German football is quality.
Yeah.
And their fans are awesome. Fans are awesome.
It's so sick.
Why do we even have academies though? Like I thought the purpose of the academy or the selling point is, hey, we're gonna get your kid to the professionals. I'm assuming that's why you pay that like the exorbitant prices, why they're so much more expensive, right? But which kid went from academy to professional? All the ones I know that went from academy went to school and from there went to professional.
I've never heard of a kid. Oh, this kid went from here straight to a club. Never.
Even in academies like that are assigned to professional football clubs. Yeah. For example, Toronto FC. Those academy players from Toronto FC don't even make it onto the starting lineup unless you're like one out of the 1,000 or so kids every
because they buy so many, like basically their whole team is foreign. Yeah. Except for like two players. Yeah. They have Osario and Morgan.
You're asking,
but he's American to me because I've never heard of this guy until.
Ashton Morgan still plays for TFC.
I don't know. I don't even know.
I haven't watched UFC in like a minute. I don't know, man. MLS is hard to watch for me, bro.
It's
Bad. It's hard
it's
to
bad
watch.
football.
Like you go from like European and then you're like, oh, MLS is on in the summer though, so like
Yeah.
I should watch it. But then like when the season just ends in Europe and then you switch to MLS, you're just like,
It's like going
Whoa.
from like premium
I
cocaine
literally
to crack.
sometimes I watch
Crack
MLS.
rocks, bro.
Sometimes I watch MLS and I'm like, I could legitimately
Yo.
play in this league.
Yo, I remember talking so much grease with my parents and watching games like, I literally did this morning and I can do it better than these people. These people are getting paid millions. And like, how can I? Well, yo, I'm actually.
And it's not even
having
being
an
disrespectful. It's actually, it's genuine. It's like, I don't want to toot my horn. I don't want to toot your horn because
Yeah.
there's probably somebody who knows me watching this saying I'm probably not even that good. And you know what? To your credit, I'm probably not that good. I'm probably not.
No, it's-
it's whatever. To each their own. But when I watch the MLS, I think to myself, and I know this is selfish thinking, and I know this is cocky thinking, but it's genuinely. These guys were there. These guys are there because they were at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
To me, it's disrespectful to watch them play, especially bad players, because you're getting paid. Like, this is your living, and what you're showing me is garbage.
Yeah. I'm not even saying that if I go there, I'm going to be better than those players.
No, but
the point is I could do what they're doing.
it's
So can you, and so can a lot of players.
like when you watch the EPL, you're like, okay, this guy, he's worth his
Yeah,
salt.
when they freaking bang a 90-yard pass
Yeah.
across the thing, and
Or
then the
you
guy
s-
just like,
Or you
jumps.
see a man belts across the pitch
Yeah.
to receive a 50-yard pass, and he one times it. I'm like,
Okay.
hey, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yeah. But isn't it crazy? Do you guys ever watch? Because I find myself, the older I get, the more I watch the little shit in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
professional
You
footy, like the
appreciate
Prem or the Bundesliga. When you see a Kevin De Bruyne ping a pass, 50 yards, like it's a
Yeah.
5-yard pass, or you see Raheem Sterling just turn on a dime and just outside the boot right to the guy's right to like Aguero's foot in a nice through pass.
I'm
Yeah.
starting to notice like little things. Like you'll see like a striker, like the good ones. Like if you watch Lewandowski play, he'll
The
just be like
movement?
jogging. Yeah, the little movements he'll do.
Yeah.
Just like jog, and then you'd like look away, look at the ball, look back, he's gone. Where'd
Yeah.
he go?
He's like a
All
ghost.
It's like that. What strikers do, that like professional strikers that amaze me, is they're like running with the flow and they just stop running.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
let everyone progress, and then they just find that pocket of space. And
I
it's
was
just,
literally
whoa.
watching a Messi highlight when he played Madrid, and remember, it was one of the games where they tied 2-2, and there was added time. In injury time, they tied 2-2, and then Sergio Roberto took the ball up, and then Messi was going with the play, and then he just started trailing back, and then Jordi Alba cut it back in the 18, and he just scored. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, that's
And it's just a
genius.
little-
They didn't even
Bro,
notice
but the
he was
thing-
gone.
But the
Yeah.
thing is like he stops running, and it's impressive to understand that left back or the right back or Alba or Sergio Roberto running with that ball.
Yeah.
No, he's focusing on running up the pitch with the ball.
But they
he
know.
knows Messi's
Yeah.
is slowing down.
That awareness,
And
it
it's-
gets
it's-
me every
it's
time.
crazy.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
That's what separates it. And then in the
Yeah.
MLS, it's literally you're playing kick and run.
It's
You're playing kick and run. Sure, there's some nice 1-2s. Occasionally, you'll have that banger by Ibrahimovic, and it just shows like a player like Ibrahimovic can
Yeah.
dominate the MLS.
Yeah,
Like
what the
or
yo?
Giovenco.
This guy was literally like, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me take a little vacation, and let me just go. He came to the MLS, disrespected it, said, "I'm here,
Completely.
I'm here now, I'm better than
Yeah.
everyone," and then did it, and then just said, "Bye."
and now LA Galaxy's like bottom of the table in
Bottom of the table.
the Western Conference.
Another thing is like you look at a player like Giovenco, sitting on the bench his entire career
Yeah.
for the Serie A, like Juve and wherever else he played, comes to the MLS and utterly shreds it.
Bro,
and I mean shreds.
I remember-
Giovenco, when he first came to Toronto, he was the best player in the MLS, and it's not even close.
I remember there was one game where he came from a friendly. He flew in from a friendly with Italy, and because the flight was late, he didn't start the game. And they're like, we don't know if we're gonna play him because he might be jet lagged.
Yeah.
He comes in on the 60th minute, scores a goal of the season. He just flew in from Italy. He didn't sleep. And you're telling me this guy just flew in from Italy, said, hey, put me on.
When Thierry Henry came to the MLS, This man literally walked on the pitch. He's like, "Listen, I'm gonna take this corner. Don't worry," and just banged it in from the corner.
Like, it's a joke.
I was like, "What?"
It's a joke.
Pirlo did not move above a walk his whole time here.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you said it first. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I didn't want us to be that disrespectful.
No,
to
but
like these are people's
listen,
careers we're talking
I
about.
know, but I
taking-
watched New York City. Pirlo was trotting.
Take it. We sold Giovinco.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
That is so. We thought we were better than him. As a club, we thought we don't need this guy. We can take the hit. We're gonna buy these quality players, and we won't even notice he's gone.
Honestly, if you're an MLS team in a nice remote area, for example, Orlando, Miami, which is the same place, like Los Angeles, California,
Yeah.
you know, if you're a nice vacation location,
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
a nice little
You good.
vacation location in the MLS, you're good because you're gonna get a lot of older players.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
coming
I just
in
want a
and then-
sunshine and relaxing
Yeah,
footy.
man.
Like
Okay.
Kaká was smart.
I'm gonna take a hard left for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
This may not seem like a serious question, but I
Okay.
genuinely want to know the answer.
All right,
Okay?
hit it.
If
Uh huh.
you had
Yeah.
the flexibility
Uh huh.
to
Okay.
Of a gymnast.
give yourself
No.
fellatio,
No. Nope.
which is
Nope. Nope.
What's fellatio?
head.
Oh,
Yo, as soon as you said give yourself, I'm like, no. I seen that episode on American Dad, and I'm like, no. Are you nuts?
Because I was listening to a podcast who only talks about the highest value of content, and there was a girl on there said some guy she was dating sent her a video. She thought he was with another guy, so he's like, oh, maybe he's bi. But then she looked again and said, wait, how many people are in this video? And he's like, just me. So
whoa.
would
Would
you?
I give myself head?
No.
No, I don't think I would.
I don't think I'll be able to look at myself in the mirror after that or for the rest of my life without calling myself a dirty whore. And that's just not, I'm not into that kind of sadism, right?
Okay, but
so, so I won't be doing that.
It's brutal.
But think about this: if you masturbate, you're giving yourself
No.
a
That's
handy,
different. That's different.
right?
Because your mouth.
I feel like once it gets inside of your mouth, or like
Okay,
your chest
okay,
area,
but okay,
Hold-
think of it. But I understand. But if you had to separate, I don't think you can separate.
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
You can't.
But I just feel like, would it feel better than it grosses you out?
No.
Like-
No, you kill yourself. I'm telling you right now, bro. I don't know what's going on in your head. I'm telling
I
you,
could never.
T minus 2 years, I would kill myself.
No. Absolutely not. I think it's no.
No.
Because imagine
I could
now,
believe-
imagine how scarring that is. Because imagine now you're married and your wife is trying to like pleasure you,
Dude,
and it's
you're
not
as good
working.
as me.
And then he's like, "Yo, let me show you, move," and then you just start doing it. How nuts would that be?
No, you
Or
can
is
show
this
her
like,
what you want.
or what if like that's the only experience you've ever had before that?
Yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, this is not how I like it. It's like, what do you mean? You never had it done to you before? It's like, I've done it. I've done it to myself.
Yeah.
It's like that common saying, "Oh, hand jobs are disrespectful because you think you can beat my dick better than me." It's like,
Low key is disrespect.
Nah, that's the truth. Oh my god.
No, that's nuts, man.
But yeah, man, that came to my attention
No
on the
pun
way here,
intended.
and I just felt like I needed to know. I
those
might
tr-
just.
I know those train thoughts though. Taking
Yeah.
the train for 5 years and stand there on the
Shit
train,
just pops in your
and you
head.
just think of the dumbest shit, and it's like the stuff you think about is next level fucked up.
Yeah,
Like
because-
you're talking about massacring babies in bathtubs or whatever.
Whoa.
It could be from that to like formulating a formula in your head to cure like
Machi's thoughts and
AIDS.
reflections is not a reflection on the entire group. It is purely opinion developed by Machi.
Jesus,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, you guys don't ever have those thoughts, those dark thoughts that are in the back of your head.
Listen,
Yeah, not
I
massacring
have
babies,
those.
but-
You ever look at a thing and immediately go, like on the train today, I immediately went to what's the worst thing that can happen right here? Because I saw a truck and it was driving and it was in the parking lot of like a factory. So I'm like, you know what's going to happen? That space right there it needs to go through is really tight. So it's not going to make it. It's going to hit it, tip over into the factory. Something's in there is going to explode. It's going to blow up. The explosion's going to reach the train. We're going to get derailed. The whole train's going to be on fire. And what am I going to do? I don't know, because we were on our way to Mount Pleasant and I was in the only car that won't open at Mount Pleasant. So I'm fucked because I can't leave. And that's where my mind went.
So, you know, I'm similar to that, but my mind's more like, you think of situations that happen around you. I think of situations that I would do. For example, 2 years ago, I was on an airplane. God bless this mother's soul. This baby cried for 7.5 hours. I shit you not. 7.5 hours. And this baby, poor baby, was right behind me.
Mm-hmm.
God bless that mother's soul. I don't know how she did it. All I thought about was when I closed my eyes and I just pictured one of two things. Taking this baby, putting it in an overhead compartment. Number 2, opening the door and bon voyage, motherfucker. Pop. Flying that baby out.
Too bad if you open the door. It was
It
bon
was
voyage
worth
for all
it. I
of you.
swear on my life it was worth it.
I don't know if you know how
I
planes work.
swear on my life it was worth
Seen
it.
snakes on a plane? That's all of you gone, bro.
I've had thoughts while I was in class and these two guys in front of me wouldn't stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was just staring at them. I like this is how crazy my thoughts are. I'm just staring at them intently. I'm like, if I had a samurai sword, I'll just draw it and slash their head so cleanly their head would still be on.
It would just go,
It just and they'll be stopped talking, and then it'll just slowly fall off and it'll just be spurting blood. And I thought about that and I was like, whoa.
have you ever done that thing when you're like on a high-rise building and then you look at the building next to you and then just wonder to yourself, can I make that? Can I make that? Can I make that jump?
Yo, I have to be careful with myself on those kind of things.
I'm honestly, I get real close, man. I'm like, I literally go on the edge and like go like rock back and forth. It's like I might be able to make it.
Yo,
If I die, it's okay because it's like whatever.
there was
Life can't get worse.
There's one time in math class,
Yeah.
this guy was sitting beside me and we got along so well. We were just joking around. We were always joking around in class, but I was trying to do work and I was trying to be serious and he kept joking around. I'm like, yo, shut up. But he kept trying to piss me off. So I'm like, what if I just took my pencil and just like stabbed him, just to shut him up? And as I thought it, my hand extended. I was like, whoa. So I had to tell him, I was like, bro, do you know what I just did? He was like, no. I was like, I thought about taking this pen and raking your forearm, and then my hand reached out for the pen. So shut up, please, because I don't want to go to prison.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, do you guys ever have those moments where you see something on TV and then, like, it'd be horrible? Like, the worst thing you could do is before my vacation, I was watching Mayday.
Yeah, that's
Good,
nuts.
good.
And there was this episode of a Hawaiian Airlines where the entire top of the plane, like half the top of the plane, ripped off.
Yep.
Right. And so it happened because there was like a little fissure right by the door.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
when we got on the plane, it's like I forgot about the episode or anything, and I walked towards the plane, and like it wasn't a fissure, but it was like a little like you know when paint like scrapes off
Chips,
and you see
yeah.
metal, and
Oh, yeah,
it's just
yeah.
a paint, and I saw the paint chip, and I saw like
Like,
I had that whole episode just flash in my head, and I was like, well, I'm dying today.
yeah, that's
So-
scary.
Do you ever wonder why planes do the whole safety instruction thing?
Yeah.
I don't understand. You know what it is?
Well,
It's so
it's
that you don't panic. Because if you don't lay out any foundation, I'm gonna start opening doors to get out.
Oh, you have to. Okay, then this is what we're gonna do. Go down there, get in the front, do your little fucking demonstration, and just be like, "No." And
No.
That's it.
Do not
have you
touch the door.
Have you guys
please.
ever stood up in an airplane after it lands?
What do you mean?
Like after the plane lands, and the entire airplane, every passenger on the aircraft gets up at once to get their luggage from the overhead compartments.
I don't.
No.
I used to do that, but then I realized, why am I standing here?
I haven't
Yeah, I'm
been
not
on
going
planes
anywhere.
enough to know this.
So here's the thing: you ever stand up and wonder if there was a fire on board, every human in this plane is dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is not a chance people are going to organize themselves to get out as
I'll just wait.
efficiently and as fast as possible.
You know that meme where that dog is sitting in the classroom on fire?
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
like, this is fine. I'll just wait. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
No.
but I mean, like, you
No,
ever
you
try
first.
walking out of those? You're literally like this. So you have to walk like this because you can't get any forward
Yeah.
momentum.
You gotta
Yeah.
like headbutt the window
Yeah.
and just hope it breaks before you do.
Yeah.
Yo, have you ever been to like a sports game and you're trying to walk down the stairs and like how difficult it is because you're moving so slow with everyone that I'm like, oh shit, I have to legitimately like try and keep my balance here,
Yeah.
or I might fall on
over.
top of everybody because I'm moving too slow, man. It's
Yeah.
yeah, man.
That's why
Oh,
crowded places bother me. They're just
Yeah.
not
I don't like crowded places at all.
safety.
Now it's even worse.
Yeah.
Oh my god, watching TV and watching people at like clubs or concerts and shit gives me straight up anxiety now.
I was watching Japanese TikToks. Can't do it. I want to go to Japan so bad, but to walk downtown Tokyo, I wouldn't be able to do
You
it.
gotta go to like
No, but
Okinawa.
they're
Is that
mad. They're mad. What do you call it?
wide?
No,
Narrow?
organized. Like everyone has like a spot. They all know where to go. They all know how to maneuver.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I wanna learn Japanese. I
Me
already
too.
say that already.
Oh my god.
Have you been? Yeah. Have you been still? Are you still doing it?
I switched to Spanish.
Yo, it's
I'm
been
like
2
I'm
weeks, bro.
juggling I'm juggling I'm trying to juggle both, but I can't.
Imagine watching Japanese without subs.
That's what he said his
Oh
goal
my
was.
god.
Man.
That's-
I wanna do that, and I also want to I wanna be able to go to Japan and talk to a Japanese, and then I wanna go to Colombia and talk to a cartel.
You just said talk to a Japanese.
A Japanese. I was gonna say Japanese samurai, but then I was like, it wouldn't matter really. So I cut off the thought. But realistically, I want to talk to a Japanese samurai.
Are there any live samurais? I feel
yeah.
like a lot of modern day samurais, they're like, no disrespect, but they're kind of like,
No, I think they actually
you know what,
might have the
those, you know those
bloodline.
people who are so invested on ancient traditions,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes them look very odd in the modern world.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what modern samurais are.
Well, I
like.
mean, like they have all the skills and all this stuff, but I don't think it's like used because like they were like kind of like a police force and like
Yeah.
respected before, but like now they have police.
Yeah.
I mean the bloodline is still there because in like 1886,
Yeah.
that's when the Japanese, the feudal Japan was.
like kind of this kind of
Disbanded?
modern
That's when
industrializing.
Yeah.
industrialization.
So like if you think about it, when this might get dark, but during Pearl Harbor, when the Japanese like
Mhm.
kamikazed, like those people were like sons or grandsons of former actual samurai. So that's how like
A lot of the tradition died. You think?
no, I think that's why you had these fighter pilots willing to just actually kamikaze into
because like,
of,
yeah, because
like-
they have the same
because the tradition is
mindset.
ingrained in them so fresh.
You guys ever watch Hacksaw Ridge?
No.
Oh, well, it was essentially during end of World War II, like Pearl Harbor, when America invaded.
Oh no, I never watched that one.
You know, Japan and stuff, trying to like take back parts of Japan,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of that.
Bushido.
Yeah, that kind of like, I've accepted death. I'm gonna fight for my country no matter what the cost, and they would go out in like nothing but diapers.
Yeah.
You go
Like those guys are
kill,
nuts.
and like nothing in like spears and wood and sticks and stuff. First thing like infantry units and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that was shown in Hacksaw Ridge, which I thought I really appreciated that movie because it kind of like, aside from maybe like Dunkirk and Saving Private Ryan, having that
Perspective.
it's one of the few World War II movies that kind of showed like the real
Yeah.
side of war. A lot of those
They
other movies are
romanticize
very
it too much.
So other war movies are like kind of bullshit. And
Yeah.
That's what I have my problem with a lot of war movies. They're so like patriotic American.
And they
Yeah.
make you want war,
They want to, yeah.
which
They're
is
just
weird.
like, America's the best, and I'm a patriot. I
Yeah.
fight for my country. We are heroes. Blah blah blah. It's like
yeah,
that.
and first scene of Hacksaw Ridge, like the first time they see like you guys should definitely watch the movie, but the first time they get to Japan, I think it was Japan. I'm 99% sure they were fighting.
Maybe
on
it was
Japan.
Vietnam.
No,
During the Vietnam War?
no, they were fighting in Japan for sure.
Okay.
They were fighting in Japan. However, it was I don't know if it was the Japanese on American territory or the Americans on Japanese territory. I'm not 100% sure which one it was what. But like the first scene where they arrive on site, this truck was like unloading, offloading a lot of like soldiers.
Yeah.
And it was just truck after truck of dead bodies. That's nuts.
That's nuts.
And it's like, yeah, guys, so you're
the next one.
you're next in line. Good luck. And it was just like that frightening, like,
Yeah, it's like,
whoa.
yo, I'm gonna. I think there's a high possibility.
Yeah, it's like I'm going up there with intentions of not going back.
Yeah,
Which is like terrifying.
and that's even the fact that like that happens, and then you have like the Japanese who are knowing that are more than willing
Yeah.
to just lay their life down for their country.
Yeah.
That's madness. Like
Yeah.
I can never think to like, oh, I love Canada so much that I'm willing to die in a diaper with a spear in my hand.
No, the reason they were in diapers was
Definitely
because they surrendered and they were forced to take off their clothes to make sure they have no weapons.
Yeah,
And
but then
they just started going off
yeah,
in diapers.
Yeah.
cannot imagine that.
And then the one guy committed what's it called when he stabs himself and the other guy cuts his head off? Shippoku.
The-
Oh yeah,
the samurai
yeah,
one.
Shippoku.
Yeah, but yeah, there are samurais. I watched a video of a real one like trying to dissect Ghost of Tsushima's combat. And he
I
said-
watched that video too.
Yeah, he said most of it was pretty realistic, except the stupid like it's like
Ghost
the honor
stance?
system that he has in it. It's
Oh.
like if your enemy has no honor,
You don't give them.
then
honor.
you don't give them honor.
Ah,
Essentially, that's what the guy was saying. He's like, "You guys, there's like 5 of them. Just kill them. What is this nonsense?" That's what he kept saying. Yeah, but so it's like it's okay.
So that whole samurai code was.
no, it's like
I mean,
if you're a
it's-
samurai killing a samurai, you give the samurai honor.
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
both honorable, I guess.
But
Yeah.
if you're killing,
If you're killing a
Mongols
Mongol-
who are like raping and terrorizing,
Mongol scum.
Like, why does that like? Honestly, like, I don't know. This is going into the game, but his uncle in that game is so fucking dumb.
rigid.
He's so stupid.
Yeah.
Listen, he's like, there are bombs on the other side. Let's not do that. And
He's
his uncle's like,
no,
we have to.
This
It's
is the
code.
way.
Shut up, man. Anyways,
We may be disrespecting.
that's a side tangent.
that
That's
no,
a
you know
side-
you know what the
He's
funny
an
thing
idiot.
is about that game? In the car, like I've only played a quarter of the whole story mode. And in the car, I know I'm probably not gonna play it I'm a big FIFA guy, Call of Duty guy. With the release of PlayStation 5, the new FIFA, the new Call of Duty, I'm probably never gonna touch Ghost of Tsushima again, even though I never finished it. Tell me how I predict. I don't know if Andre was fucking with me or not. But I
Wait.
predicted the entire ending of the story.
What?
No, I wanted to predict it as well, but I don't know.
I'm not gonna say what I predicted because I don't want to spoil
Jin
anything.
Sakai dies.
But was I right?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said you
see,
were right.
I was
already
right.
Told
I was
you
right.
were right.
Or he begins the ninja way, and then Naruto is born,
Naruto's
and then he goes to the leave.
That's
The village
Minato-
hidden in
Mina-
leaves.
Minato's father is Jin Sakai.
I'm in the ballpark though. Yo, I know I'm in the ballpark, man. As soon as I saw Ghost of Tsushima, I was like, "This is how the ninjas started." Bro. They're like, "What?"
In the credits, it rolls down. It's like, catch the sequel, Naruto Ninja Storm 4.
Yo, Jin Sakai is Madara's grandfather. He's the sage of 6 paths.
Facts.
He started it all. It's
Okay,
because of him
Okay.
we're in this place right now.
Okay, I believe you. You're right.
You know, there's a cheat code: XX square square triangle triangle R1 L1. And
That's
you
a
do that-
Rasengan, fam.
And you do the Rasengan.
And a lightning blade. That's it. Like the
The
heavenly
Reaper Death
strike.
Seal.
A heavenly strike, a lightning
Yeah.
strikes the blade, and then he,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You guys are.
Naruto's such
You
a
guys
good
are
anime.
something.
Oh, I love Naruto. Oh, it's such a good anime.
I'm gonna start
So
a
good.
segment here.
All right, go for
yes.
it. Segment, go
It's
for it.
called "The Very Slight Inconveniences in the Life of Andre." Okay.
Okay.
Because I've realized my life is literally just like a series of
setbacks.
slightly inconvenient events. Like it's nothing too bad. Nothing's gonna affect my life, but it's just things that make me do things that
You
if
don't
it
wanna
didn't
do.
happen, I wouldn't have had to do.
Ah.
So today, right?
You mean like recording today instead of Sunday?
Well, that wasn't even my option, but like,
So inconvenient.
okay, sure. That wasn't my decision, but let's that's neither here nor there. But this one is this. Okay, so I took the train today from Toronto to Mount Pleasant, right?
See.
They said every single stop,
Okay.
all train doors are open,
Yeah.
right? And then they said Mount Pleasant one car won't open due to train restrictions. Car 371. Guess which car I was sitting in?
And that's why you were thinking about the truck crashing into the factory,
And the
setting
doors
the
wouldn't
derailing
open.
the train, everything's on fire. Is that did you think of that before or after?
It was
Because that's okay. Because that would be scary. If you thought of that before, and you're like, oh, these doors actually don't open.
But these like slight things happen in my life so often that like when he said only one train it is there, I looked, saw 371, and I'm like, it's gonna be 371, and this guy's like, and that's 371, and I was just like,
You know what the cool thing about my life is?
oh my god.
My life is full of inconveniences that, like, I have like those cool, very like, you know those conveniences. How do you say it?
What do
The
you
opposite of
mean?
inconvenience.
It would be
It's
convenience.
Convenience.
Yeah.
It would be
So you know those one conveniences? That's not a word though.
Those
Anyways,
Convenience store.
that one convenience that's like so wicked and it just outweighs all the inconveniences.
So just like a convenient,
Yeah.
something convenient happened to you.
Yeah. So I'll tell you guys a story. In high school. So prior to high school, summer of grade 8 to 9,
Mhm.
I wanted to play video games. You
Yeah.
know, I have a computer. I could download this new shooter, this first person shooter. For those OGs who know, it's Crossfire.
Okay.
My childhood, loved it. Anyway, so I needed to make a new account.
Yeah.
You need to register an email to make an account. So I signed into Google. I tried to do like, matchy whatever number. Didn't let me. So I did mm123mm@gmail.com. And then it gave me this email is taken. Do you want to use these? And it showed me like a bunch of different suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
One of those suggestions was and I'll say number mm@gmail.com. So I picked, okay, that one. I'll remember. I'll write it down. Never need to use this email ever again.
Yeah.
Long story short, I used to use this email now. But so number 5 times gmail.com. I get to high school, right? This is pre-high school.
Mm-hmm.
I get to high school and they're giving away locks for locker combos. Guess what my lock combo was? Number.
That's crazy.
It was the most wicked thing in the whole world. It was. I
So
still have that
now
lock.
you could easily remember.
Yeah, but it was that. But it was like, it did. I didn't remember it right away.
Mm-hmm.
It took
Yeah.
me like, because it was like the way our lockers work with 3 numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my number was, X, Y, Z. But when you put those numbers together in one number line,
was your-
it was my email
yeah.
number.
That's sick.
So I thought that was the craziest thing in the whole wide world. And that's like, to this day, I'm never losing that lock and I'm never like giving up my email.
Yeah, you got to do that,
Oh
man. You
my
got to
god.
keep that.
Well, that's good, man. Yeah, stuff like that doesn't really happen in my life, man. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Stuff just doesn't happen. Like, I just like think of stuff. I'm like, wow, if that happened, things would be a little different. Like,
Yeah.
I just get lucky, or just don't do certain things, and then
Do you guys ever have those moments where you think about like, I was lucky, like at first this set felt like an inconvenience,
yeah,
but I was lucky that that inconvenience happened because it would have led to like a bigger inconvenience if that little inconvenience didn't happen.
yeah,
Like for example, Andre's situation would be like, if he never had to move from train cart 371, while crossing the intersection, a drunk truck driver would go right through
yeah.
right through the coach number 371.
The only problem is, like a tractor trailer, the big.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was picturing like a freaking Ford F-150 trying to fucking drive through a train. I was like, that guy would not affect the train, right?
Yeah.
But like, you guys ever wonder about situations like that?
Yeah, there's also, I can't remember. Like, I was supposed to go to Thailand in the summer, and then I don't remember what happened, but something delayed it.
COVID?
And then no, it wasn't even COVID. That's the thing. Something delayed it by a week, and then immediately after that, COVID happened.
Yeah. So it's
So
like,
I was just like, oh, well, that's good. I never had to cancel nothing. I never had to deal with anything because we just didn't, because we got delayed. But yes,
that's like stuff like that. That's just so cool. I just find life just works in such. Sometimes I feel like
Mysterious
we ain't even in
ways.
control of our lives. I feel like God's playing with our lives like we're a chessboard, man.
Yo, I'm scared sometimes because like the amount of like, this is getting a little dark, but people I see like dying or like shit happening to so many other people.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm just here living.
Yeah, that's what.
Like, yo, when is it gonna happen to me?
The amount of
bro?
times I've almost got hit by a car
Yeah.
is kind of freaky. Like there was one time I used to work at this grocery store, and me and my boy because we kind of live nearby, so we just walk home together. So we're walking, and we're talking, and every time, because he was dealing with this girl at the time, and every time we brought her name up on the walk, something weird happened. And this was the first time. So we were walking across an intersection, and I'm talking to him, and then I see this light in the distance, and we have the right of way to walk. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. It doesn't seem to be slowing down. So I'm talking again, and I look, and it's speeding up. I'm like, bro, and a car zooms past us, stops in the middle of the intersection. A guy gets out. He's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, bro, if I didn't look, we would be dead. What are you sorry for? You wouldn't be sorry for.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Or like-
getting hit by cars is.
There's one
It's
time.
like a weird experience.
One time when I was a kid, I was riding my bike really, really fast, and
Yeah.
it was in my neighborhood actually, and a car was driving down one of the side roads, and my best friend lived on that side road. So him and my brother and his little brother were like across the street, and I was zooming with my bike, and I didn't like. There's no stop sign at the intersection. I just went, and then the car went, and like as the second I turned, he slammed the brakes, and I stopped, and my like, it's literally like both objects stopped at the same time, where my bike just like touched his bumper.
Like in those movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
So yeah, fuck. What's another? I almost died a few times.
My mom told me this story when I was like a little infant. I think I can't remember what I was sick with, but she took me to the doctor for medication, and then the doctor looked at me, and then he prescribed medication, and then whatever. And then as she was leaving, she was like, he didn't even ask how old I was. So then she turned around and was like, oh, he's only 10 months. He's like, oh, I thought he was 3. So then he changed the dosage, and she was like, if I didn't tell him, you probably would be dead because I would overdosed on some.
Yeah, there's so many times I almost died.
My brother had it bad. There was like 3 or 4 occasions where my parents, I've told the story many times, and I've said when it happened, we thought we were having a funeral. Like my
That's
brother had
crazy.
it bad. There was this one time where we were in Poland, and we had those underground basements.
Yeah.
Anyways, we had a really
Wait,
big.
are there basements that are above ground?
No, like I meant like outside the house basement.
Oh, like a cellar, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
okay,
yeah. That's what I
meant,
yeah,
that's what I
yeah, with
So-
those floppy
so-
doors.
Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah.
we
Stone
had
doors.
we have where we stay in Poland. We have like this one where it's super deep and steep, right? And we don't have wooden doors. We have metal doors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And my brother was, I think he was chasing a ball or something and ran over it, and the thing
Fell in.
concaved and it dropped, and then he fell down these. I think it was like 15 or 20 steps. Like they're like stone steps that were, I don't know, a few inches high, but anyways, it adds up.
Stone steps though.
Mind you, he's like 3 at this point, 3 or 4, and he falls down, and then one of the doors fell.
On him.
No, and it missed him.
Okay.
But when that happened,
We're
like,
like, oh,
everyone,
it's
like, I
done.
wasn't even there. I was probably playing some shit in the house or
Yeah.
doing some dumb stuff. But like, he was close to dying there. One time, I think it was like 8 months or 9 months, and those circle things that babies learn to walk in,
Yeah.
where you just put the baby.
Oh,
and
it's like a training
donut.
wheels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
donut
yeah.
train. He took those training wheels and flew down the basement that we lived in, the house that we had. Like, they had a big basement, and he just flew down the stairs in that house. Yeah, there was a few times.
Yeah, there
Jago
is.
had it bad. One time he got a hockey stick to the face and slit his whole tongue in half.
Ew.
Like sideways or like
No,
serpentine?
horizontally. Like, it wasn't full cut, but it was like, to this day, he has like a flap that like
Dang.
wiggles. He always makes a joke. He's like, the flap looks disgusting. Like, he was hooked up. He was talking to this girl. He's like, yeah, the flap looks disgusting, but you won't be saying that if you're ever with me.
Nasty.
I'm playing.
Oh,
But yeah, so my brother had it bad. My brother had it bad a few times.
My brother just used to fucking smack his head into this. I don't know. He had like this weird like phase
Yeah.
where he would just run into walls all the time.
I
And it
used
would
to do
always
that.
be his head.
I would
Always.
stub my toe almost daily.
And there's this one time this at my parents' old house. So this is when we were literally having house viewings. So
Yeah.
all the kids are in the basement because they're like showing the house or whatever upstairs.
Yeah.
And then like me and my cousin are down there. I think we're playing video games or something. Then I start hearing doo 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 like a noise. So I turn around. I kid you not. I just see my brother's legs go like this. Then you would see his face until he landed, and he was like sitting, and he was confused because he was young. So he was young. He didn't start crying yet at all. He was just
Yeah.
in there like, confused for a good 30 seconds. Then he started bawling, but I'm like laughing. I was like, "What just happened?" Oh my god, that vision is so vivid in my brain. Oh my god.
There was a few times I fell down the stairs, like rough. Fell down the stairs.
I've like barrel rolled down the stairs.
No, I
And
never.
It was so clean. It was during Christmas. It was Christmas morning, so I was excited.
Mhm.
I ran to the edge, and then I slipped. And I just remember my vision tumbling like it was like wall stairs. So I'm like, oh, I'm barrel rolling, and then I hit a wall, and then I slid onto the carpet like this. And I was like, that was so fun. So I went back upstairs. I'm like, let me try this again, and it never worked. I was so upset.
Have you ever? I've done the freaking when you're running to the stairs and you don't stop fast enough, so you slip and then you're literally on your bum like all the way down the stairs.
That's terrifying.
That's the worst feeling. That's the
That
worst
hurts.
feeling in the world because you don't even feel it in your butt. You feel it in your heels.
Yeah, you feel
Yeah.
it every. Oh, I've shocked my brain. Shakes my brain. Oh, I've done that. Have you ever ridden like the clothes hamper down the steps?
No,
done
I too scared
No,
for
it
that.
doesn't work.
I used to-
Actually, my cousin did it once. I think it was him, but someone did it. Made it to the bottom, so I tried. I flipped on like the third stair. So
God, I love these
I
childhood.
had the whole steps down.
You know what dumb childhood memories I have?
Yeah.
There's this one time where, remember when in like 2008, 2009, lacrosse got big. Every kid needed a lacrosse stick.
I don't
Anyway,
remember that.
so I needed a lacrosse stick.
Yeah.
And my best friend needed a lacrosse stick, and his brother needed a lacrosse stick, my brother needed a lacrosse stick.
Okay.
You know what lacrosse balls, right? There's Indian rubber balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went down our elementary school and we were throwing this thing across, on like playing like blackmail but with lacrosse sticks.
Okay.
And my best friend's little brother was like cheesing him, and he said, "Don't make me mad, or I'm gonna hit you with this lacrosse stick." And he kept making fun of it, and he wanted to do that thing where he like fakes throw the ball, but like doesn't
Yeah.
release it.
Yeah.
He released it, and it hit this guy. How my brother, how he didn't die, I have no idea.
Yo, I did.
I have no idea how that man he's still alive to this day. Another story, same guy.
Yeah.
So I live behind a ravine, right? And it's relatively like okay to walk down there, but then it gets steep all of a sudden. We're dumb kids, so what do? We turn that bitch into a mudslide. We start sliding down that like it's on our butts and stuff.
Yeah.
The guy who got hit in the head with a rubber ball got a tree right between the legs.
Yo,
Slid right into a tree. And I've never heard a man scream like that ever in my life.
there's always one kid, man. There's always like the one that everything happens to always, and I don't know why. And what divine intervention makes you that kid? Just gets everything.
My brother, those metal flap things that kind of like, okay, you could park here. It's open, so you can park here,
Yeah.
and it's closed, so you can't park here. And like those metal bars that close off a parking lot that kind of are on wheels, and you can slide them in and out.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
So we were kind of being hooligans, and an older kid, kind of like a bit of a douchebag, he swung this thing, and it's going at a relatively high pace. And my little brother, he's just on his scooter, decks him right in the face, right in the mouth. I think he lost like 3-4 teeth that day. They're all baby teeth, so they all grew back. But like, that
Yo,
was,
that's
that-
yo. God is smart for that. He's like, you kids are stupid. You're gonna knock all your teeth out by accident. So I'm just gonna make sure they're not permanent.
At the beginning, oh my god.
but like Andre said, there's always like, when you're a child, you endure the most amount of pain. If I endured the same amount of pain I endured as a child, I would be dead.
Yeah.
If
Now
I did anything
that's crazy,
that
though.
I did,
No, man.
I
My
used to be
dad.
able to put my foot behind my head.
Oh,
If I did that, I would rip my entire
Ew, bro.
lower half of my
I used to be
body.
able to do the splits.
Ew, bro. It's gross on both your points, bro. I ain't got nothing for you, man. I just remember we used to play like WWE on like a bed.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, me
this
too.
is 3 kids
That shit was
on
so
a
fun.
bed.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like a king bed. This was like
No.
a twin.
Oh no, I did on like
Yo.
a queen.
No, like so you would like go and try and like RKO someone, and there'd just be no bed behind you. So you're
Yo.
both just going down. That's all I'm saying.
Yo,
You ever try to attempt a 619 on the bed?
Yeah.
And then accidentally that thing that holds up the bed frame falls with you and you just fly into the wall? That's happened.
Oh my.
yo, there's one time I was really into the Lion King. Me and my sister were really into the Lion King. You know when Scar and Simba are fighting?
Yeah.
So we'll be on the bed and pretending like she'll be Scar and I'm Simba. And then there was one time I was like, I don't even know what happened. I didn't push her, but she stepped back and there was no more bed. So she fell, like she didn't fall straight, she fell back. And there was a desk chair that had a middle bar on the ground and her head smacked on it and she was 3.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna die now. Cause she's gonna start bawling.
Yeah.
This girl gets up, climbs back on the bed and starts playing. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
yo,
You know
little
what
there's
dumb
some-
shit my brother and I did? You know nail filers?
Yeah.
Like the little ones that are pointy?
Yeah.
We were jumping on the bed and pretending those were swords and we were, swinging at each other with them.
Yeah.
Dumbest shit when we were
Yo,
kids.
kids, there's another one. You know those metal poles in the basement, like those ones right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
There's a kid I knew. This guy ran. His name was Tyrone. This guy ran full speed into it. All you hear is ping. His head off it. This guy, I'm like, oh my god, he's dead. And this guy gets up. He's just like, dush. Same kid.
the
He
fact that
was
he wasn't
sitting on.
bleeding?
Yeah, he was sitting on one of these.
Yeah.
This guy flipped backwards, back of the head, boom, right off the concrete floor. Again, dush. This guy.
No man, yo, kids are next level. I saw when we were remember when we went snowboarding
Yeah.
and and we were like practicing snowboarding. I was watching this little kid and his dad was teaching him how to ski. Kid you not, this guy's feet, like when you're skiing, your feet have to be like this.
Yeah.
Anyways, his feet got crossed, and I swear to God, his dad was letting this guy go down the hill, and his feet, like his dad was holding between his legs, and his feet were crossed, and they were like this, and they were just dragging through.
Kids bend in ways that scare me, bro.
Yo.
Knees were looking that way, his feet were this way. I swear on my life, it was brutal.
Yeah, no, kids. Yeah, no, kids.
Anyways, on the matter of kids and crazy shit, wrapping it up.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah, that's it. I guess I should close this out then. I don't want to hear nothing from you this time.
Yo, I'm listening.
I just want to let you know. After last time, I don't want to hear nothing from you this time. Okay, let me close this off cleanly. All right. If you're watching us on YouTube, you can catch us on all the DSPs, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Podchaser, Stitcher, iHeartRadio app, Google Podcasts, all of them. Every once in a while, I come up with new ones, but those are them. And if you're and if you're there, you can download us, take us on the road. Maybe you're on your commute to work. You can listen to us there. Maybe you're at work. You can listen to us there. You can bring us around anywhere you want to go.
Maybe
And
in a
if you're-
board meeting, and your boss needs clarification on subjects that we didn't discuss. Maybe
Maybe take us to your boss.
maybe you're meeting your in-laws for the first time and you're worried about how to carry conversation. This will give you good tips on how to do so. Maybe
You
Maybe
want
I-
to end it. You want to end
maybe
it.
maybe you're out of your mind on LSD in front of a farmhouse talking to a cow and you're not understanding what the moves are.
Yeah, I don't know what this is gonna sound like. Look at his fucking sound waves.
Don't think too hard. See you later.
Oh, I'm talking too hard.
And wait, I'm not done yet. Don't do
Follow us on
anything.
Instagram.
What?
What?
Anyways, so if you're listening to us on those, but you want to see all our pretty faces, we're also on YouTube. So you gotta like, you gotta subscribe, you gotta watch it, comment, hit the little bell button, and then we'll be there. And as always, on Instagram, follow us. You'll get clips, you'll get little quips, little behind the scenes videos every once in a while. You never know. Get to see the process. That's at
Whoa.
at Don't Think Too Hard podcast.
See.
Bye.